Last time, we finally met Smithy face to face. We handily kicked his butt, which made him quite angry. In his rage, he accidentally destroyed his own factory. Now he's really mad. Get ready, because he's about to show us all of his faces. Whoa! Come on, you puny ants! Yeah, it wouldn't be a final boss without the final boss having multiple forms. Mario RPG in particular takes that an extra step further, as you will be finding out momentarily. I was hoping Mallow's turn would be next. Oh well. So, Smithy! Smithy does lots of transformations. Well, I guess we're not going to be psychopathing his default head, because we're never going to have a chance to attack it again. But we can at least have some fun psychopathing the other forms. No, actually, I'm a little curious about something. Let me create a restore point. Just to make sure I did create one. Yes. And if we used earlier times, does that restart this part of the fight or send us all the way to the start of the battle? Sends us all the way to the start. Good to know. Okay, so, as I was saying, Smithy! Smithy who likes to transform. He's got 4 different forms in this fight. Well, technically 5 if you count his true form, which he only really uses as a transition to his other forms. So much for that. Anyway, first up we have Tankhead Smithy. Let's go ahead and see what's on his metal mind. Why is there a slowdown? A slowdown was definitely not there in the original Super Nintendo game. He's got a lot of health. 8,000 max? Don't shock me! Don't! So the forms that he winds up choosing are semi-random. He always starts with Tankhead, but from here, who knows what he'll shift to. I mean, I know what he'll shift to, but I don't know when he'll shift to those. That said, there's something else about this fight. There are 2 targets. Along with his head, we've also got his body. Now, its primary target is the head. We take out all 8,000 HP, we win. However, Tankhead tends to counterattack a bunch, and I kind of want to survive this fight. So I'm actually going to focus on the body, because the body will also attack us, but we can take it out temporarily, so that's one less thing attacking us, and I won't have to deal with the counterattacks. I failed to defend there, and Bowser only took 1 point of damage. Okay, weak against Thunder, but you know, we might as well psychopath his body as well. What a heavy head! How much do tanks weigh, out of curiosity? Now, even though taking out the body is only temporary, it'll revive after 2 or 3 turns, it is definitely going to be helpful having one less thing attacking us. Bowser might have only taken 1 point of damage, but Mario and Mallow? Eh. And unlike Smelter from before, this is going to be a long fight, so in the long run, it's definitely better to disable the body. Whoa! Can't move! How much damage is that? 43. That's not too bad. Time for Shocker. How much damage is this going to cause? Yeah, yeah, definitely weak against thunder. Granted, I do have that attack buff. Well, we already disabled the body. We'll take a chance with Drill Claw. Okay, doesn't always counterattack, so at least there's that. We got that powered on jump. Maybe he won't counterattack that either. That's some good damage. Oh, Magnum. That is Smithy's instant death attack. Thankfully, we are all immune to instant death thanks to my accessorizes. And now we have Magic Head Smithy. As you can imagine from its name, and also its magician form, it is very much a magic user. This is where the bulk of Smithy's attacks come from. Good magic, bad defense. We'll go ahead and keep that in mind. Don't use special attacks in this phase. He's just super weak against physical attacks. Waha! I am burning with power! That means the body has revived. I don't have to worry about counterattacks though, so I'll go ahead and continue focusing on the head. I do kind of like that there are, in fact, multiple targets attacking us, by the way. Final battles are more interesting whenever you're dealing with multiple targets, because, well, if you're just dealing with one enemy who attacks once per round, it's like, oh my goodness, I just took damage from his ultimate attack. Heal up. Okay, we're good. But when there's multiple attacks coming along your way, that kind of, there's a sense of, oh, what is it? Unpredictability to it. And then we have this farm. Treasure Smithy. I don't know if these are their official head names, but that's what we're going with. Treasure Head Smithy. What's on your mind? What's hidden inside? We'll find out in a moment. Now, Treasure Head Smithy is not much of a threat. It'll inflict a random status effect on my entire team. Eventually. Oh, it's also weak against fire. I should keep that in mind. And now everybody's afflicted with fear. This is why I brought along the Freshen Up. I should probably heal, but like I said, that thing's not actually going to attack us. The body will, but I can block those attacks. So, weak against fire, huh? By the way, have I ever mentioned how interesting it is that each of our characters has a... oh... icon, a symbol whenever they cast. Playing card symbols. We just saw Mario's, here's Mallow's. And Peach has a heart symbol, Bowser is diamond, and Geno is a star. I find it interesting that everybody has a different charge animation. Because it's like, oh, other RPGs like Final Fantasy also have these magic charge animations, but they're all shared between characters. So I like that each character in this game has their own symbol. Okay, I should probably consider healing. Although he's already more than half dead. Hold on a sec, I just had an idea. Let's see if I can get through the rest of this fight without healing. That'll be fun. Seriously, that's one of Smithy's stronger farms, and Bowser only took 1 damage. You know what? I don't think I'm going to lose this fight. So red essence. Basically invulnerability for a few turns. And with that in mind, might as well go ahead and attack the head. What is that head's counterattack rate? And there's the final of the 4 heads. I'm definitely not sure what to call this one. Metal head, iron head. One guide I read says mask head. Nothing can hurt me. That can. So, this form of Smithy has really high defenses. Granted, I got an attack buff, so I can still cause a decent amount of damage with Mario and that lazy shell. It is also weak against ice, supposedly. I'm not sure how much damage that'll cause. You're almost dead, though. I wanted to at least show that. That form of Smithy has Shredder, which removes all of your buffs. That may also include Red Essence? Either that or Red Essence just happened to be wearing out on this turn. I mean, Mello still got his. Probably just timing. That does remove my defensive buffs, but I can just Crystalline. I no longer have any items to restore my attack buff, but, well, we already saw that Smithy's almost dead. Honestly, it would have been nice to see this farm sooner. I've been causing a lot of damage during this fight, thanks to my attack buff. Well, I had fun kind of doing different things and seeing all the different forms, I guess. A part of me would have liked to have challenged myself to see if I could get through the fight without taking any more damage, but, well, actually, without healing, I should say, but more importantly, I guess I am, because, well, this should finish you off. And that spell doesn't have a magic symbol pop up. Oh, never mind, that didn't work at all. Bowser, I know that is the most defensive head, but that giant Mecha Koopa really doesn't cause us much damage as I would like. Oh well, we'll win this fight the traditional way. You're immune to jump. Alright, Mallow wins. Whoa! My body and head are burning. It's not possible. I don't believe it. I'm finished. Done for. Whoa, no. That actually was a lot easier than expected. Well, hey, if any of you want to see me actually struggle against Smithy, there is a low-level run that I did years ago. I've got a set of videos in which I attempted to fight Smithy at only, like, level 14, level 15, somewhere around there. That fight was hard. It took a lot of attempts before I had a successful win. But if you want to see what it's like to actually have to really try this fight, there you go. By the way, have anybody else noticed that the battle arena consists of copies of Smithy's original head? Well, his supposed true form. Gotta wonder, are these field clones? Or did the Smithy we just fight not the original? Well, it doesn't matter. Come on, Mario! Send the last one way up high. Thank you, everyone. The Star Road is back to normal. And... oh man, the first time I beat this game... This was such a cool moment here. I think I can kind of remember what it was. Being my first RPG, I had a whole lot more difficulty fighting Smithy. Like, I lost several times. I want to say my final attempt, I was during the second phase of the final battle, and I had to quit because we needed to go eat. But I left the game running while we went to eat. Ate at Emo's Pizzeria, got back home, resumed the fight, and I won. Oh boy, my heart was pounding. But my reward for fighting the final battle was this ending here, and this is really good ending. This was around the time that I discovered just how amazing video game endings would be. I would find myself habitually refighting final bosses just so that I could see the ending again. This was before YouTube was around, couldn't really just look up the ending. It wouldn't be a Squaresoft RPG without a boss being ripped apart in particles. And at long last, here is Star Road. Not gonna lie, it's a little bit disappointing. I mean, this is definitely a cool scene, but I was expecting something a little bit more grandiose, or at the very least, an actual road. And for anybody thinking that it is a nice touch how Star Road is all patched up after Exor damaged it, in the opening of the game, before Exor crashes through it, depending on your brightness settings, you can actually see that it is already patched up beforehand. So this is actually how it looks. So though, this is a really cool ending, like I said, getting to see how everybody is doing now that the ultimate threat is defeated. Even Jonathan Jones gets an appearance. And that was definitely a cool scene. Everything's happy on Yoshi's Island. Definitely really glad I got to use Yoshi a bunch during this adventure. Got to use Yoshi far more than any other Let's Player you'll see. Would have been nice to bring Yoshi into the final battle as well, but Yoshi would not have been able to do anything in the final battle. Not even the little sword guys. Can't eat those either. And Todovsky is finally getting to use his song that we have collaborated on. I don't know which is my favorite part of this ending. Jonathan Jones' beautiful scene, or Booster running away from an actual woman who wants to marry him. Boy, those are old 3D graphics. Oh my goodness, it's Luigi! He actually did make it into this game. I mean, besides the random wish on Star Hill. So we got ourselves a little parade. That's actually really cool. You can perhaps see why I wanted to see this ending over and over again. This part especially is fun. Getting to see all the characters reprising for the credits. And you also get to witness tadpoles growing their legs. Right there. It's kind of hard to see because their legs blend into the background, but as they pass in front of the bush, they definitely got legs. Maddie says, this started the Mario RPG tradition. Yeah, a lot of Mario RPGs have a parade at the end. Paper Mario, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. I'm pretty sure other games. I haven't really... I can't really say for certain because I haven't beaten them all. Thousand Years Doors is quasi-sort of a parade, but it's not quite. Okay, right here... That sprite looks so weird. It almost looked like Valentina pushed Dodo's beak onto his chest momentarily. This is such a good game overall. Very easy, at least it is for me now, as I have clearly been able to demonstrate, and this is hilarious. Yeah, I have no difficulty with this game anymore. There were a couple scary moments on this playthrough, but overall, I got through this game quite handily. By the way, remember what I said about Smithy creating copies of himself? Yeah. You would think everybody in the parade would be freaking out about him being back. But now that I think about it, only Mario and his allies have seen what Smithy looks like. Everybody else in the parade probably has no idea who that's supposed to be. Oh, and then comes the best part of the parade. At least for me. Lights. I love lights. They're so pretty. Lighting in video games especially is often done so very well. Sometimes better than real-life lighting. This part right here definitely gives off a Disney World vibe, by the way. With the flashy floats and the big castle coming up in the background there. I can almost guarantee this ending was inspired by Disney World's parades. Hey, even Yoshi made it into the ending. So yeah, overall, definitely a good game. Easy, but you gotta also give props to all the secrets you can find that can really help you make you OP. And status afflictions being useful, as I have been able to demonstrate. That is one of the goals I had when starting this adventure. Story ain't necessarily amazing, it's basically little stories along the way on a bigger quest, no real overarching story. But the story is good enough. Maddie says easy, but easy doesn't make a bad game, no. Oh, I almost forgot! All those fireworks I've been buying during the adventure affects this part here. The more fireworks you get, the more fireworks appear during this ending. And you also get a different firework right here. For getting all 5 fireworks, we get a superstar. Less than that would be a flower, and the least amount would be a mushroom. And even though I didn't really use Geno much in this adventure, it's still cool that the final character in this game who closes things out for us is in fact Geno in star form. And now he's the letter D. Ah, such a good game. I really had fun playing it for you all. I tend to get bored because of how easy this game. A lot of times I will start it up but then get bored and play something else. But being able to show this game off, showing off all the secrets, all the status afflictions, being able to prove that Mallow is in fact a useful character, even in the final battle, this was definitely a worthwhile playthrough. Oh yeah, and also we got this here. Super Mario Bros. 1 theme, Music Box Edition. By the way, as a reminder, I played a ROM hack of this game several years ago, Super Mario RPG Revolution. During that playthrough, I had a couple friends along for the ride, and one of my friends, Ixion, made a very interesting observation. Star Road is Star Road from Super Mario World. We got all the stars, it's up in the clouds, there's the moon up there. Who'd have thunk that this mysterious place was basically a location that Mario had already visited? I think that is a really cool observation that Ixion made. Anyway, that is the end of my Mario RPG playthrough. I hope you have enjoyed it. Wait, what? There's a debug menu? Oh, I'm definitely going to have to show that off.